days of old, but there's no England now. All the wars that were won or lost, somehow don't matter very much anymore. All the lies we were told, all the lies that people told, castles are burned. I see change, but inside we're the same as we ever were.
Ladies and gentlemen, living on a thin line. Nostalgia! Long hits! Are you living on a thin line? Living on a thin line? We're back with another one. And good morning. We're going to get into the investing world today. We're going to talk about extreme investing and real OG investing and how it actually would have looked looking back at the past, okay? Like what you should have did, okay? We're going to actually follow that path. And on something, yeah, we got plenty of time. Good, I'm glad we got time, a bunch of time for this one. All right. So, what was the right path to do over the past 2 years? Like what should you have done properly, even over the last year? Like, what should you have done over the last year? Well, if you were a perfect investor, you did these things. You bought Obsidian Flames PCETBs for $50 and you sold them when they hit 900. And then you dumped all that money into gold. Or that was the perfect move to make. Or you put money into Evolving Skies at $600 a booster box. Waited for the market to skyrocket to 2,800, 2,900, sold your boxes, and bought gold. And you would be up a lot more. So, we're going to talk about that, why no Pokemon YouTuber is really right. Why none of them really called these moves. None of them. I mean, even everyone's favorite, Nostalgianomics. Did he call that? Did he say, hey, maybe you should sell your Evolving Skies at the all-time highs and get into gold? No. You're listening. See, that's the problem. And same with Pokemon Joy, same with all of these guys, is they are strictly focused on Pokemon, maybe Bitcoin. They're not focused on shifting in between the markets at the right times. It's a very difficult trend to do too, by the way, because usually by the time something's already went up like gold, like now it's 4,000 an ounce, it almost feels too late. You know what I mean? Like you should have bought it when it was $2,000. So gold has actually outperformed Evolving Skies. I really want to break that down for everyone. So over the past 6 months, you could have bought Evolving Skies for 600 and dumped it at the $2,000 point and bought. So gold and Evolving Skies were both $2,000 just like 4 or 5 months ago. They were both hovering at $2,000 each. Gold went up to $4,300. Now it's back down to $4,100. People call that a crash, which is not a crash at all. Gold is at $4,000. Evolving Skies is at $2,400-ish. And that's kind of what it goes for. And gold is probably easier to sell, to be totally honest. Evolving Skies is like, yeah, they're both kind of fairly easy to sell. But gold has doubled Evolving Skies performance in the past. Like, so I understand Evolving Skies was a good investment if you held the 4 years, great. But really, a lot of Pokemon investors' advice would be, well, bro, you should just hold the entire time. When really, you would have been better off selling your Evolving Skies and buying gold. But no one ever looks at that. Like, maybe gold was a good investment. Maybe an actual metal that has value, or platinum, was a good investment. And not just Pokemon cards. Maybe this metal was worth more. I mean, silver's done the same thing. It's doubled really since. So you could have put $2,000 in silver, and it would still be almost $4,000 today. It would have been about the same thing. Yeah, it would have probably been a little bit more even. That the precious metals market, if you were really good at hovering in and out of the Pokemon market and into the metals market, you killed it. And this is why you should diversify between Pokemon and gold and silver, in my opinion. And really, if you're cashing out on your sealed product, you should probably be putting it into gold or silver, instead of just leaving it in cash. So that's truthfully my best advice, because when you cash out on your gains, you have to realize like what to do with them, bro. Like, not just like, well, I better put them back into like Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes. Like, you have to like really look at like what to do. And the precious metals is pretty much storing your gains safely. Even if they don't go up, they just stay the same. At least you're storing your value. I understand everyone's in this hyperbolic everything go up world, but I feel like for Pokemon that's gonna probably slow down. But it's hard to tell though. Like with Pokemon, as it does get older, sets like Fusion and Evolving and stuff should continue to go up more. But as of right now, you would have been better off just putting your money in gold. So I want everyone to be aware of that. If you're really considering buying like Obsidian Flames for 300 and a booster box now, you're considering buying like Stellar Crown for like 230, 240. All these like random ass booster boxes, it's probably not a good idea. But I will say Destined Rivals, it does really have the chance, because I didn't really give my stance on Rivals. Rivals really has a chance of going back up $600-700. Like the chase card, the Mewtwo is already $2,000. The Gengar's like around $2,500 from Fusion. So it's like Rivals really is a set that should just basically do Fusion numbers when it's out of print. So it's probably still not a bad buy at $350, $360. I would definitely buy it over, Stellar Crown, everything. Like, I understand why Pokemon Joey did that, but still, at the end of the day, all this stuff's paper, man. I mean, I'm for Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but like gold is the true store of value. A lot of people would argue Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin ends up becoming that slingshot play, but so far you're waiting around for a whole lot of nothing. So we'll see how that goes. Because people act like you have to put your money in Bitcoin. Like, you don't really have to. There's other investments like gold, silver, houses, everything, Pokemon, like there's Yu-Gi-Oh, everything, Magic. There's everything you can fucking invest in. Like there's a lot of shit. And, I think right now, if a lot of you got good gains and you don't really give a fuck about the product, I would say, and you got like double, triple your money, I would say to just sell, man, and grab fucking gold. Well, you can. But, like I said, at $4,000 an ounce, it is steep as hell, but it's probably going to get much, much worse. But at the same time, you have to be aware of these trends before they happen. And the thing that sucks with gold and silver is they've already sort of happened, but they're probably going to get a lot worse. I think these are just beginning warnings that they're going to get a lot worse. So, We'll see where that goes. It's going to go one or two ways, but either way, gold right now, as of today, has outperformed Evolving Skies. Could that change? Very well so, it could. But as of right now, Evolving Skies has kind of been holding stagnant at the $2,500-ish a booster box, and I guess we'll see where that goes. But yeah, like, it's all about navigating your way through the investing world. And I'm going to tell all of you right now, most of you will not do it right. Like, I'm just going to say it right now. Like, even watching my videos, man, watching everybody else's videos, I'm telling you, you're not going to navigate it right. They're not going to navigate it right. I didn't even navigate it right, to be honest. I navigated it pretty right. Actually, no, I navigated it pretty damn good, actually. I hate to brag, but I bought a fuck ton of gold. And this is why you should diversify and not throw everything into Pokemon, bro. Like, I've said this before, that you have to have a diversified portfolio. And this is why I have a nice chunk of money into real estate. I have a nice chunk of money into gold. I have a little bit of money into silver. And I have a nice chunk of money in Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is not my only investment in life. Not at all. Like, I bought a ton of gold that I still have to go through more of it because I forgot a lot of gold that I did buy over the past couple of years. Because every day money wasn't even an object. I would just buy it off Marketplace. Anytime I seen scrap gold, I would just buy it and buy it and buy it and throw it in drawers. So, I'm still going through a lot of the gold I bought and forgot. Like, I just found a 58-gram bracelet that I bought that was 14 karat that I like forgot all about it. 58 grams is like $5,000 in gold and 14 karat. So, yeah, learn all the markets. Like, don't just learn Pokemon. But yeah, like, I'm still going through a lot of my gold wins. And I think I bought that bracelet for like $1,300 or something like that. Like, it's disgusting. Disgustingly cheap. But that's my point, is don't just hyper focus on Pokemon, that you should definitely diversify. And I know a lot of people that are into Pokemon definitely did not do this. And yeah, you missed out on a lot, man. So, like, that's why I honestly only have one Evolving Skies booster box. Like, I kept one just, and all my ETBs, just as like a thing to have it still, you know? Like, I like to just have the one Evolving Skies box, one team up, you know? And yeah, I have a ton of fusion and stuff, but it's like, because I threw a lot of my money in gold instead of Evolving Skies. Like, because I was like, dude, I have two choices. Like, when Evolving Skies hit $2,000, I'm like, dude, it just ran up from 600 to 2K. It's probably going to have a little bit of a cool off before it goes up more. Gold has just ran up a little bit, because it ran from like 16 to like $2,000 at the time. And I was like, I need to buy as much gold as I possibly can. And I locked in, I bought a lot, and then just kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And went back to focusing on Pokemon and buying up some of the SV era. And like more cases of like Fusion Strike and stuff like that. And that's what I was like. So then I just kind of like forgot about gold for a little while. And you got to kind of make moves like this and now decide, come back to gold and say like, well, now's the time to kind of get out of my metals position. Like, it's fucking doubled in a very short period of time. Should I get out of it now? And I'm saying no. Like, I'm still keeping all my gold. But yeah. Like, so like I've said before, like, I don't throw my entire life savings in Pokemon, bro. And you shouldn't either. Like, you should diversify. And especially when you start to get bigger amounts of money, like way above 100K, you have to start like splitting it up in 3 different places at least. at least, if not 5 different places, in like so much money here, like 200-300K here, or even 100K here, 100K here, 100K here, like whatever money you're working with, you have to be able to split it up into 3 different ways, at least, But and apply that principle with like 300K, 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 or 200K, 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 whatever your budget is, to kind of split it in threes and try to hover between the two when it works for you, like Pokemon and gold. You know what I mean? Like trade for gold when it's cheap, and trade for Pokemon whenever it's cheap at times. But right now, things should just kind of keep running. But I find it very interesting. Let me know if you guys thought gold would outperform Evolving Skies. I'm glad I got that prediction right. Buying up a lot of gold. I wish I bought more gold. I really do. But I still bought a lot. And yeah, I'm just glad I did. But yeah, so far, precious metals outperforming Pokemon over the past year, really. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. I guess I can't really say that. Like, some sets have outperformed. But when we look at, like, Evolving last year, when it hit, like, that 2-ish grand, when gold was 2K, it really hasn't moved, So, I know that's a rough point to compare Evolving Skies, don't get me wrong. Like, I am comparing it to right after the run-up, where it did run up to 2 grand, and then 2,800, and then kind of came back down to 24. So I'm comparing it, at a rough time, not really giving it the fair shake it sort of deserves, but at the same time, there's no denying that gold technically did better over the past 6 months. So very interesting data, but that's why none of these YouTubers will give you the right directions. like I just want to explain that. Like, they're out like buying Destined Rivals, or I don't even, like, Pokey, whatever, and he's buying up everybody's collections or whatever, random collections. It's like, when really there was just like, there is the smart move. The one or two smart moves that you should have made, and everything else is kind of child's play and stupid. Like, I'm just being real with everybody. That's how it works. Like your smart move was buying Ancient Origins booster boxes when they were 1,200. Now they're 7 grand. Your smart move was buying Team Up booster boxes when they were 2 grand. Now they're 8, 9, 10, 11 grand. Yeah, and I mean, even Team Up right now, I still feel it'll go up more. But it's like, it's making the right path moves for the next, like, couple years, and it's a very thin line that you're walking. Like, it's a very fine line, and that's why I say none of the YouTubers you watch will get that right. I promise you. Whatever's worth triple in the next, like, 2 years, I promise you, no YouTuber right now is telling you to get it. Like, I promise you. Whatever goes up in the next 2 years, no YouTuber is telling you to get it right now. Like, or they're telling you to get it, but they're telling you to get 8 other things that aren't going to go up. You know what I mean? They're not just saying, hey, buy gold, buy platinum. Like, I think platinum right now is a good investment. Like, I think it's one of the most undervalued metals in the game, because it used to be more expensive than gold. I love platinum, and I need to get more platinum. That's what I slept on, was buying platinum. I focused on gold. I'm glad I did, because it went up more, but, like, yeah. My point is, though, is you can't just throw everything into Pokemon. I mean, you can, but it's real. As you can see, it's not really smart, because there are things that do better than it, and that is gold. So, yeah, that's just the name of the game. But yeah, I don't even know how much gold I got, but it's definitely up there, man. It's definitely up there. But yeah, you gotta fucking think of, like, where is the true safe store of money? And it's like, it is gold and silver. and platinum. But either way, none of us will probably get this right. So I want everyone to be aware of that. Any of my predictions, that if you've gained money on and you really just don't care about the product, I would say sell it right the fuck now and just cash the fuck out and throw your money into gold. I mean, or platinum. But that's just me. Like I said, I don't want to lose anybody money. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I'm personally saying to sell, because I don't want a lot of people to have stagnant boxes. Do I think Fusion, Lost Origin, and Evolving will keep running? Probably. But at the same time, you don't really know. So I don't know. Like, it's good to have like one foot in the market and one foot in a different market. So if, let's say, Pokemon isn't doing anything, at least your gold is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just something that I always took away from doing things. Stay diversified, my friends. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Living on a thin line. Nostalgia Bomb Hits, we're out.